Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Happy Hour podcast. Of course, I'm live on YouTube Live as always. And of course, for some of you that may be joining us right here on Pod Nation TV via Roku and Fire TV. Of course, this will air for those of you watching live. This will be on Pod Nation tomorrow. So make sure you look out, make sure you download Pod Nation TV, wherever, on your Roku, your Fire TV. Of course, Jeff Perini is here with me this week, and our special guest host, Onyx Muse, will be coming through soon. And of course, our featured guest will be joining us as well. The very, very lovely Avery Jane will be here with us. And, you know, right off the back, we're going to jump right into it right off the back, because there was something like, it's one of those things where I'm looking at stuff and I'm scrolling through and I'm scrolling and I come across something online and I'm like, okay, this is how I'm starting. But of course, we're starting a little bit early here on YouTube Live. You never know when the hell we're going to start and, you know, all that stuff. I always say it's the opposite of a wrestling show. But real quick, I just wanted to talk about, of course, we found out this week that thank you to all of you out there who voted for us to be nominated for the AVNs for favorite adult podcast. This is the second year back to back we have been nominated for the AVN. So if you haven't done it, make sure you go vote the Happy Hour podcast for best adult podcast. And now what I'm going to do real quick is actually, you know, I'm going to do something in the wrestling business that we do. It's called a shoot. I'm just going to shoot real quick. And that's the thing is like, and like, mind you, with the AVN nomination and all that, I've always used it as a tool. It's a good networking tool. You know, it's good to get ground online. It's good to get, you know, all that. But for a small market show, and I consider this a small market podcast because we don't have a huge following. I'm supporting all the other small market shows in that category. If they want to support us, cool. But the bottom line is if you're one of the small market shows, don't get up here that you may win the AVN. It's probably not going to happen because you're going to crash and burn and get upset about it. My show remains the same, whether we win, we lose, whatever. It's a tool. You should use it as a tool. So if anybody from any other shows watches this, use it as a tool. Use it when you book your guests. AVN nominated show. You know, it's an insignia on all of our things. They're now going to say 2-time AVN award nominee. So, you know, of course, Plug Talk won last year, so they're probably going to win again this year. They all have massive followings. It's all one big pissing contest. But hey, we appreciate each and every person who voted for us and who does vote for us. And we're going to be here each and every week doing the damn thing the best fucking way we can. And the only way we can. And that's, you know, unscripted and just live right here, streaming live on YouTube Live all the time. That's just the way it works. So
raw and unscripted and in your face. And
whatever happens. Yes.
No apologies to your mama. Whatever happens.
Yes. There is no, you know, no anything like that. You know, of course, Cassie. Hey, what's up? Of course, your wife Cassie's in the stream. Jason Rushman, how you doing?
What's up, bro?
It says Don Jones, welcome to One Shot membership. Thank you for the One Shot membership, Don Jones. I'm not sure if you're a longtime fan, new fan, what, but you know, if you're, you know, doing that, and of course, keep in mind we're monetized now here on YouTube Live. So there will be some ads that will be cutting through. So we won't be 1000% live because ads are going to cut throughout the live stream, just like you see on a regular monetized YouTube account. So you will see that momentarily.
Hey, it just got me.
So what's that?
It just got me. I was going to the comment section. One just popped up. Yeah, I'm like, let me get in the comment section because hers is logged in here.
Yeah.
Mine's, and then we keep like interfering each other. It's like, let me go to the feed. I'm like, HBO commercial. Congratulations on the nomination, dude. It is
Yes,
cool.
thank you. Thank you.
It is a tool, but it's a well-earned tool. Something should be proud of.
Yes,
They picked
yes.
you guys as a nominee. It's
Yeah.
pretty friggin' incredible.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing. And I never thought that in 100 million years we would get the nomination or
Right.
anything like that. I never expected any of that kind of stuff when
I'm waiting for my nomination for the worst podcast. I know that's coming, so I'm okay with that.
Well, here's the thing, and I say this too, and Jeff, this includes you as well. As I tell everybody who does the show with us, of course, shout out to Derek from Curtain Jerker Designs. He's now going to be doing a lot of stuff for Pod Nation TV, which is right here on Roku and Fire TV. Him, you, Eric, Ashley, Tommy Simbazo, even Matt, who, was with me for 70% of this year. You guys are all part of this. Like, the AVN nomination and all that stuff, me having that array, that just whole carnival of co-hosts that we have on the show, because that's the thing. It's like, Jeff, you kind of became kind of a second man to me. And, that's just the whole thing of that's just how it works. Like, we have that whole carnival thing. So yeah, with the AVN nomination and all that stuff, as I said before, everybody's a part of that. Even the fans who tune in each and every week, the fans who watch our stuff online, the AVN nomination, that's just not us. You're all the HHPod. Like, the WWE considers that their fans the WWE universe. You guys are the HHPod because you guys are what matters. You guys are what makes it happen. And I always try to go back to the stream each and every episode to make sure that, and there's actually shout out to the Yo Show, which is coming through, which is Jeff's stuff right there. So if you see anything from the Yo Show, that is Jeff right there. And of course, Jason, thank you. That is our #1 fan who got shit whipped by Janine Jericho and Justin at Exotica and coronated as our #1 fan. So, but what I'm going to do real quick, Avery, she hopped in and hopped out. She must be getting ready to come in. I'm going to real quick get into our featured beer, which right here is Omission Pale Ale, which is gluten-free. So if any of you out there have gluten issues, or I'm sorry, not gluten-free, gluten reduced. Reduced of the gluten. So the glutinous property in the beer are not there. So, Omission, our current featured beer. So, it's going to be tonight. And I think the next episode, which will be next Sunday, we'll have Omission. And then we'll have something new coming up the following Wednesday night. So, and Jeff, what do you got? I know you were showing me a little bit of something cool before we went live. What are you drinking, bud?
So, for people familiar with Rita's Water Ice, local brewery in the Chamonix Creek makes a Rita's Water Ice beers with lemon flavor. I got a mango for later.
Oh.
And shout out to your boys from last month at Old Smoky. Got a little Old Smoky.
Oh, dude.
Coffee moonshine.
Have you ever had any with the fruit that's inside of it?
Not yet.
Dude, there's some that have like peaches and shit just marinating in that shit.
Oh,
you chug it down and it's so sweet, and then you just eat the fruit, and then you find yourself outside of a Target at like 4 a.m. just screaming through the doors for
the fruit's deadly as shit. Right? I used to cook at a bar. A dude used to bring it in the holidays, and he would marinate the fruit like all year, and they'd be like, "Hey, you go," and you're like, "Oh, God, it takes it right out, dude."
And of course, shout out to our featured shot, which is Bacardi Gold. So Bacardi Gold, our featured shot, currently right here on the Happy Hour podcast. And unfortunately, this week I do not have Mountain Dew down here. So Jeff gets his favorite part, and that is me doing this shot out of the shot glass because
I'm going to guzzle with you. I'm going to take down a fireball with you.
It wasn't half bad. So pair it with Mountain Dew. Oh shit! Oh, look at that thing. Like that.
Very Happy Hour pod-ish.
Yes, that is very Happy Hour pod-ish.
Big breasted bikini.
One like it, but it's bare titties, and I want to be able to. I think YouTube would get a little upset about that. So of course, cheers! Shout out to Bacardi, and and Avery and Onyx will be coming through shortly, and then we're gonna rock and roll. Of course, we have a new Smash or Dash tonight. We're doing our old AI segment wasn't really that great, so we're gonna kind of modify that of found AI things, which we're going to show photos on here. And of course, 800 terms for the penis. We're going to get into all kinds of stuff with Avery. stuff with her career, stuff that I've seen online, stuff that she's experienced. So for anybody who's a fan of this show, they know exactly, what to expect. So let me do this and then we'll let Avery into the room.
You cannot hold your face, bro, no matter what.
Oh my God, dude. Like, as I said, you do the Bacardi, definitely mix the Bacardi. Bacardi mix well with all kinds of stuff, but it
You were
doesn't
good
mix
last
well with
week.
your palate if it's not mixed with other things. So, of course, as I said, we're here on YouTube Live. Keep on commenting in the live feed. We'll try to get to everything as it goes along. And let's see. So Avery it looks like she's in the room. We don't see her quite
Wait.
yet. So let me see if we're up there. Hey, what's up? How are you? How
Hi.
you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hello, hello.
How are
Hello.
you? Welcome to the Happy Hour podcast. Well, of course, we were talking about a little bit now. Now we talked about it. Of course, we've been nominated for the second year in a row for the AVN's fan section, fan voted for favorite adult podcast. Of course, Avery, don't you have some nominations yourself coming up? I think is it X3 and AVN? I believe you have some nominations for.
I believe so. I think I know like one AVN, and then for XBiz there's a few projects that I worked on that got like a bunch of nominations. So yeah.
Wow. And what's up? What is that you have going on your shoulder? What is that tattoo? Like I see it, and it looks like a cat's tail. Like what is that that's on your shoulder?
It is. It is a cat's tail.
Is
Yeah.
that the cat from yeah,
Cheshire. Yeah, Cheshire cat, right?
tail from why can't I remember it? God damn it. But
Alice in Wonderland.
I also was just I couldn't get it either.
That
Jesus
shot
Christ.
backed me up so bad that it instantly flipped the switch on
Right?
brain. I couldn't remember Alice in Wonderland, but I knew
I'm watching the replay. It's
the
fantastic.
Cheshire cat. The Cheshire cat, I believe it is, isn't it?
Yes, Cheshire cat.
Like, and it's crazy because actually I go back in February. My whole entire back is Friday the 13th. So I have another session done.
Very cool.
Completely done yet, but they're gonna char away at my back some more to have some more Jason Voorhees added to my back. And Avery, of course, you've been in the adult film industry for a good bit. You've done some fun stuff. So, and I'm gonna jump right. Of course, I was on X and I'm scrolling around. And of course, we follow you on X, and I came across a clip that you posted, and it was you and another lovely young lady, and you guys were in a bathtub. And next thing I know, I'm just scrolling through and I just see you with your fist in your ass. I'm just kind of like, wait a minute. Barely even get my hand like over it. Like to be able to do that, that's great skill. And like, how there's that quote, oh no, I'm not really doing much. I'll just sit here with my fist in my ass. Like, have you ever done that? Like you'll be like, oh no, don't worry about it. You don't have to come. I'll just sit here with my fist in my ass. And then you send someone a photo of you with your fists in your ass.
If so, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, people tend to get a little whoa when the pictures come out of the fist in the butthole. It tends to scare people sometimes.
Not here.
So I guess with that do you mainly do fists in the ass, or do you toy around with anything else? Like what all have you actually put into your ass? Like do you mainly just do the fists, or have you done anything in particular, like anything that you're just like, I never thought I would ever put that in my ass?
Okay, so let's see. Besides like penis and fist, I've had, let's see, a foot.
Okay.
Boy.
Which was interesting. Logistically, it was interesting. It was nice. And let's see, I've managed to get okay, well, not at the same time, but 8 bananas, not all at once, but like one consecutively after the other, about 8 bananas. I mean, I've had like 2 penises and three at a time in there, and then that's about it.
That's skill. Like that's so how does it work?
Three, it's about it.
Do they stand in like a circle kind of, I guess, and then just kind of like all at the same time, like just like Bermuda Triangle their penises like right into there?
Kind of, yeah. It's like, one goes in and then the next one kind of squeezes in. And then from there, they kind of like wedge a little way for like
Jesus
number
Christ.
3 to squeeze in there.
They
It's
become
all
one.
of them kind of on top of each other, working it in there. So we made it work.
They become one, 3 dicks into one. It's like a transformer kind of.
Yeah. You have like your one guy laying down on the base, and then the other 2 guys are kind of like bear hugging on top of each other, in a nice little fashion to fit in there.
Wow.
Nice. And so would you ever do like any like in a like let's say if you do a scene and it's a baseball parody, would you ever do anything like a baseball bat or anything like that?
Absolutely. It's on the bucket list. I have a huge bucket list of things I'm trying to put in my butt someday. I've just been taking it slow, taking it easy with the list, kind of chilling out. But yeah,
Man,
no, I have a whole
not to
bucket
cut you off. Not to cut you off. That's a butt get list right there. Oh yeah.
I'm stealing that. I'm writing that down.
Get it.
That may be the title of this episode, Butt Kit
Yes.
List. When it hits Roku tomorrow, it'll be episode 204, Butt Kit List.
Oh my god. No, that's it.
So Avery, with that, what of course, you have all that stuff. You have your butt kit list of stuff to do. What are some of the weirdest requests you get? Like, have you ever gotten a request and you're like, there is absolutely no way I'm shoving a plasma TV in my ass? It's not gonna happen. Like
The Christmas tree lady.
I remember one time someone asked me for a video, like they wanted what do they want? They wanted like an hour-long prolapse video of me like prolapsing my asshole for an hour.
An hour.
I was like, oh, you don't understand how bodies work.
Right? Oh
Other
my
than that,
god.
yeah, mostly everyone just asked to see me poop. I don't know if it's like an anal girly thing or what, but everyone is just dying to see me poop.
Really?
Yeah, I get asked that probably the most.
Have you ever considered, like, has anybody ever sat there, like, they want to watch, but have they ever asked you for your poop? Like, have they ever go, hey, and I brought this up before when we had a guest on before, like Cologuard. Like, you basically send it out like Cologuard. Like, if you ever use Cologuard, and like, you just sit there and someone's just like, oh man, this is Avery's poop. And I mean, like, you could literally use anybody's poop. They don't know it's your poop. Like, you just literally go up to a random guy and be like, hey, look, I need you to shit in this bucket for me, and I'm gonna send it out to him. And because that's the thing, and of course Onyx, she's running a little bit late, but I remember Onyx did an Instagram video of her in the bathtub, and I was joking around. I'm like, how much bathtub water did people ask you for? And she's like, oh no, I sold out from it. And I'm like, well, how do people
Jesus Christ.
That's your bath water? Because you
can fucking Poland Spring with some soap in it.
Yeah, like an empty Dasani bottle.
I haven't figured out how to like mail all of the like liquids and fluids, and I'm like, that sounds like a lot of work.
Carrier pigeon. You need to do it via carrier pigeon. Like, you train a pigeon to deliver your boxes of shit and your bath water, and they just drop it. Like, it's just like literally like an airdrop. They just
Can
drop.
you imagine that? Just like dropping jars of farts and stuff.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Ray, we got to ask for Jason. Jason's already up in it. Wants to know his favorite question.
Yes. Well, Jeff, you know what? I'll let you do the honors this time. Avery, there's our one fan, Jason. He's our number one fan. We were talking before you came in that we met him at Exotica in New Jersey, and he hung out with us all day, and we had him coordinated as our number one fan by having Janine Jericho and Justice Jardine beat the shit out of him with whips and ride him and rub their ass in his face and all that stuff. So he always has one question he loves to ask all the girls we have on. So Jeff, I'm going to go ahead and let you go ahead and ask, and we'll see Avery's answer to that.
All right, Jason, this is for you. Jason wants to know if you do any pee videos or anything pee related. It's his favorite.
The answer, Jason, yes, I do. I have quite a bit of like pee content already up in places, and I do like custom requests. I actually really, really do like water sports a lot. I wish I had more people into it and willing to pay for it, because peeing is one of my favorite things. Like, I love It's besides the anal, I always make a joke where I'm like, my love of anal has completely eclipsed my love of pee. So no one like understands how much I love pee. So I'm like, okay, it's cool. As long as you aren't talking about it too much, like super into it.
I mean, let's
you-
face it. When you go into the bathroom to pee, it's like euphoric. You're like, oh, it's like a great
Yeah.
feeling. So yeah, why not? Why not make money from it?
Exactly. Anytime I'm like with someone and they go to the bathroom and I hear them peeing, like my ears perk up like a puppy's, and I'm like,
Wait,
huh?
oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm like, you're what?
The ponytails. Come on.
Instantly. I'm like, why are you wasting it though? Why is it going in the toilet?
She's got the and I'm not sure how much of a wrestling fan she is, but she has the Bianca Belair
He does. Yeah.
going on right now. So
I like
that's and I don't know if you follow wrestling, but she has like a long, braid like that, and she'll use it in her matches. Like she'll swing it around and hit people like in her matches and shit. And
Yeah,
it's
these can be weapons. They can be
yeah.
weapons.
Yeah, she breaks skin with them too. It's like wild looking.
Is that allowed in wrestling?
Well,
Oh yeah, everything's allowed in pro wrestling. Like that come on now. I've seen me in my 20 years in pro wrestling, I've seen guys beat the shit out of each other with light tubes, barbed wire, tacks, everything and anything you can imagine. I've seen in matches and all that shit.
Are we talking wrestling like MMA fighting, or are we talking like that's not wrestling? Are you talking wrestling like with
like WWE style wrestling?
like DDP and Rey Mysterio?
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Good name drops.
I did that for 20 plus years. Actually, one of my belts is right behind me up
No
on
way.
the shelf or whatever. But no, like so with the peeing stuff, do you normally prefer to be the pisser or the pissy when it comes to pee?
All of it.
All of it.
Just
All of
let me
it.
collect. Like you want to have like in your basement, like how like people collect jars of like a crazy serial killer will have like jars of like body parts. You just have jars of pee that are
Oh my
labeled from various people.
No, I like fresh piss. You have it has to be fresh.
Ah.
Yeah, you have to. It has to be fresh. Like I'm very particular about it. I'll show up to dudes' houses with like packets of electrolytes and like feed them that. I'll be like, here, like drink
Damn.
up and go pee. So it like comes out and then like drink another one. So that way it's like nice and fresh and clear and good for me.
Yeah.
Wow, Jason just fainted, dude.
What Avery's leaving out is that it's just random houses. She just knocks on the door. And she's like, here, have some electrolytes. Take this cup. I'm doing an examination. So, oh man, Avery would love it being able to do like where you go and they do the drug test where they pee into cups, like, and you put it in that little door for like the storage door. Like Avery just like sneaks into the bathroom. She opens up the little door. She just takes the pee out, and like imagine like you see her running out of like a clinic with all this piss, and like people are like, where are you going? She's just like, this is my piss, leave me alone.
Jason just called her incredible.
Jason. Yeah, last time I went to go get some blood work done, I definitely like took one of the urine specimen cups like to have as a keepsake. So yeah, now when people are like nervous when I'm like, hey, you want to pee on me? And they're like, oh, I don't know about that. I'm like, would it be easier if you like peed into the cup? It would feel a little better, a little more familiar.
They pee in the cup, you just put your fingers in.
Just be on the cup and then you could like douse it on me. Like, just it's easier for you, baby.
Oh my god. That is fantastic.
Have you ever had in your personal life, I guess, have you ever had the kind of thing where you wanted someone to pee on you and they just freaked the fuck out? Just absolutely freak. Like, wait, you want me to do what? Like, I'm not doing that. And at the end, did they piss on you anyways?
So far, I haven't met too many people too reluctant. Most people have been kind of like, okay.
Oh yeah.
It's like the initial like, yeah. So yeah, most people, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
It doesn't take too long before they're into it.
I've always said myself, and I've always told my friends this, that if I ever met a woman that would be like, oh, go ahead, peel me. I mean, all right. If you want me to, whatever. But I just drank a shit ton of Gatorade. So this is not going to be fun. This is going to be like, literally riding on a jet ski. Like, this is what it's going to be like. And water's just splashing you for 30 minutes. That's just. Or no, like imagine like have you ever had like someone that drank all night? Like literally, like you know how you get those like long like alcohol pisses and like it's like that weird like soup like bisky like piss. Like it looks like soup bisque or whatever. Like have you ever like had that before? And like it's that it has like that weird like pungent pee smell to it.
I've had it a few times, although it's never like, thank God it's never been like the super, super long streams. I think the worst one I ever had was like someone who was taking like supplements or vitamins or like something he was taking made his pee like thick and almost glowing, like toxic
Oh,
waste, kind of. Yeah, like just bright, glowing. And you know, I mean, we were in it, like we were in it. The piece started coming, and it's like mid scene, and I was just like, all right, it's time to commit. And like going back and watching it, I'm just like, wow, like
it's knocking you to a wall. It's like,
wow. People were like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, I don't know, it wasn't my piss. Like mine almost.
you
I
should have
don't
made
fucking
that.
know.
You should have made that some kind of alien movie with like a chill stream penis or something.
Oh yeah.
I literally forgot what I even like titled that scene. I feel like I like low-key blocked it out of memory just because I was so like not much shocked me these days, but that I was like, wow, like it's like it was bright and neon, it glowed.
Some Ghostbuster shit.
Yeah, yeah, it
From
was
the-
like straight out of horror film. This is wild. Like, am I aroused? Am I scared? I was scared, but it was fun.
And from the live stream, Don Jones, of course, Don, thank you for subscribing to our one shot tier. He said, "Hey Avery, you're looking beautiful as always," and he said Avery is just awesome. So Don Jones, shout out, thank you for subscribing on YouTube to our one shot tier. Of course, we have 3 tiers: the one shot, the double shot, and the triple shot. The triple shot, you subscribe to that, we will send you a free item, any item you want out of our merch store, and it puts you eligible to come onto our show live with any guest of your choosing and hang out for about 10 or 15 minutes with us and our guests. But you have to be respectful because if not, I'm going to boot your ass out of here and Avery will not try your pee. That's the way it works. You know, yes, your pee is
I
off.
make rules, guys.
We will put a lifetime ban on your piss from Avery.
My piss has been banned. Can we get a plaque that says that? Because I'll get my piss banned tomorrow, damn it.
So Avery, with being in the industry, what are some of like, I guess, you know, some of your weirdest experiences that you've had since you've been in the industry? Like anything that just jumps right out at you.
Okay.
I don't know. Like a lot of it's.
There.
Hey Onyx, what's up?
I'm here. Sorry. Zoom is always weird.
That's the best T-shirt ever. World's best ex-girlfriend.
Figure we all have one, right?
So Avery, what do you think? Weirdest experience in the adult industry? Does anything jump right out at you, or are you just kind of, you know, like, hey, I haven't really gotten into too much strangeness in the industry?
I mean, you know, there's been a lot of weird, a lot of interesting, you know, there's a lot of weird. That's why I'm like nothing particular is jumping out because I just feel like every day is like a new weird adventure. Like it, you know, like
Weird is like the norm.
yeah, it's pretty much the norm. Like, you know, like on a normal day on set, I'm like, oh, I'm like, you know, I keep making the joke where I'm like, man, I can't wait till I can like go to work and have sex on a bed because like
Yeah.
I'm not letting us fuck on beds no more. So it's like, you know, one day I'm like the farmer's daughter standing on like a milking table, milking someone's nipples. And like that's just like my day at work. And then like the next day I'm getting fucked like in a dishwasher.
Well,
You're stuck. Yeah, this
Oh,
stuff.
I love stuck videos. We're talking about that.
they're really getting
Yeah.
creative.
You know, I'm on the kitchen counter. We're on the desk. We're like propelling from the ceilings. Like it's
How about we lay down, maybe?
Have you ever had it to where you showed up to a set and you walked in? Because I've had this probably at least 13 times in my wrestling career where you walk into a set. Like I've walked into venues, like you walk into a set and you stop and you look around and you're like, why the fuck am I here? Like, what is this venue? What is this set? Like, where am I? Have you had anything like that?
I think that my most like similar feeling to that was one time I like flew to Vegas for a shoot, and I'm like rolling up on set, and as we're like rolling up to set, I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, like this is my ex-boyfriend's house. So that was a moment where I was like, oh, like I get to like work today and like my ex's home that I haven't like seen or talked to. Yeah, it was great.
Whoa.
And it was, yeah.
Look, there's my
Whoa.
T-shirt I left here too. How about that?
It was just something like
Yeah.
that where I was like, oh, I wonder if like my snacks are still here. Like I'm just gonna go grab those real quick. And then yeah, it was like one of those where I was just like, oh, like it's like this is it. This is the job.
He has all these photos of me posted all throughout the house, but for some reason, the part where I'm at, all the glass is cracked. I don't understand. Like,
Yeah, it was great. We had like that fun moment where he was like still home for a bit, and like he didn't know I was gonna be there, and so we like had the whole like fun moment where I'm in the makeup chair getting my makeup done, and I like open my eyes, and then like he's standing there, and we just like make eye contact, and he like gives me a smile, and I'm just kind of like, and then like I think like he just my sigh of like, oh, another day, like you're like, oh god.
That would be my luck, though. I'd be like, yeah, I get to be in this adult film. Gonna have sex with a couple hot ladies. It'll be my ex's house. She'll be standing there staring at me. Like, you know, it sucks. That can't be any good.
Yeah, I mean, I had fun. I had fun fucking people in his bed. It was cute.
Yeah.
I know, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, that's like a best revenge, right?
It was cute, yeah. It was lovely. I was like multiple people all on his bed. Lovely time, lovely time.
he was an unwilling.
Best extra. I know, right?
So what I'm going to do is, of course, AI is taking over the world. Like, there's so much weird AI stuff. And we were doing a segment where we were typing random things in AI and seeing what it was generating, but the AI generator I had sucked. So we actually modified it to where I just find random things online. And I came across some photos, and they were titled Women Slurping Soup. Women slurping soup. So there's 9 photos that I'm going to show up on the screen of women slurping soup via the AI. And we're going to comment on what the AI thinks of women slurping soup. So here's the
And will jerk off to anything.
So there's the first photo of women
Oh.
slurping soup. Now, I don't know where people get their soup from, but I don't know why there's ground beef coming out of that soup, but I need to figure out what, like it says Campbell's, but I've never gotten raw ground beef in it, and I'm about to sue because I need raw ground beef in my Campbell's soup. So
Right. Why is there a phallic looking
Yeah.
raw ground beef noodle?
like, and I mean that's the thing, and also it's like I feel like this like photo like of the slurp like and I mean like you can literally see like it's literally ground beef and it just says soup like it bothers me like it doesn't say like I guess like this is saying what it is like in fucking
Right.
AI like the weird AI language that they have for shit but
Yeah.
so that's image number 1.
Wait, I have
It's
a
like-
question for you. I have a question
No.
for you.
What's up?
Yeah.
Back on image number 1.
All right, here let me move
Perspective
this
wise.
pane over here.
It says something about John Cena's dick on it on our camera.
Perspective wise, do you think
Oh.
do you think she's slurping up ground beef, or do you think that is her tongue and she's
That's-
slurping the soup?
I thought about that too. Yeah, you know what? That's a great.
Yes.
You know, that is some sort of weird alien ground beef tongue.
That's
Like,
a nice.
Tongue.
yeah.
She's slurping it up.
Oh my God. Like, I wonder if it's like just absorbing into like the ground, the beefy vein. Like, it's just absorbing these veins and just going down her gullet. Like,
Oh my god.
like the kind of like the way a dog like drinks water. Like, you ever see that? Like, she's just like, how is it controlling that thing though? Like, you know, imagine like, and I mean, Avery, like you eat ass. So imagine like you're eating, and then that thing like just comes out and just
Yeah.
literally like, you know,
She's slurping ass with that tongue.
Oh.
that's it. Campbell's ass. That's what it is. It's Campbell's ass.
It's like a toilet paper tongue too. Jesus Christ.
And then there's this one. So I don't know what's going on with the weird dude with the long tongue right
Mick
there.
Jagger.
On the weird long tongue thing here, but at least okay, the
Yeah.
woman slurping the soup's a little more normal.
Yeah. Like it says a wet soup, whatever a wet soup
A
bucket
wet
means.
soup.
Yeah.
A wet suit.
But that soup actually doesn't look bad. It looks like a nice, meaty, hearty soup. She doesn't have some sort of weird alien ground beef tongue. So
But is
yeah.
this like a new thing that guys are getting like infatuated with?
I don't know.
A new
Soup,
TikTok challenge.
Yeah,
Wow.
like, but so here's the next
What?
one. So this is the next one. So this is definitely not her tongue, but it's on a stick. So I don't know if this is what she's stirring her
A lot
soup,
of veins in there.
or like you can see the soup is kind of like it
Why
kind
is
of looks
AI
like
so
fishnet.
horny?
Like
AI is so
Neat.
horny. Who's searching these?
yeah, it's like I want soup, but I want women licking ground beef. This is what I want AI and go.
Soup, but make it phallic. If you can make a liquid phallic.
AI's got some serious tongue issues. Too.
Yeah,
Look at
it's
his
like,
tongue.
it's like a meaty tongue too.
There's another one. They look like split. You know, when you fry hot dogs and split them down the middle.
One mushroom. I like the one mushroom just sitting in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah, the erect mushroom with just the stuff just dripping off of it. It's just dripping. And
Well, that's symbolic. She's
yeah,
looking
she
on.
loves this soup so much. And it's no yup. No yup soup.
Yeah.
Campbell's,
Oh yeah.
no yup.
Oh, yeah.
Like she's saying no, but yup all at the same time. No yup soup.
So is it me or is she licking the mushroom head? Like, is that symbolic? Ladies, help me.
no.
Here.
That's
I mean, right? Like,
just the tip. Just she's licking
just
just
the tip.
Yeah.
Looks that way. I mean, I'm
The big
getting ready to shove her.
mushroom.
I want to shove her head down a little bit because I'm getting a little aroused.
And then there is
What the fuck
this
is
one.
that?
Brain
What's also weird is her brain is exposed. Like I don't know what's
that was
going.
ground beef. Maybe it's a
up
brain
here.
thing. It's
Yeah, it
like
might be a
receiving brain.
Yeah, like are these ground beef aliens? Like she looks like one of the aliens from Mars Attacks. Like by the way her
Yes.
head is.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's a good
So
movie.
like, but this one actually has like balls. Like that's like
No,
It has
one big ball.
balls and it's phallic shaped and it's horny.
Yeah,
horny.
yeah, it is. They're all horny. They're all phallic somehow.
and really this is kind of almost our way of
They
saying
eat
fuck
your
you,
mind
YouTube,
fuck.
because we're kind of showing dicks without showing dicks on YouTube. Because it's not it's just an AI generated meat fucking whistle. And then there's this one, which this one looks like a tongue. Like
Okay.
she's definitely slurping there, but
But
I
look,
think-
she has a tongue underneath that tongue.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
oh, I didn't even
Yeah, there
realize
is a
that.
tongue.
Oh,
She
so
has a tongue. That's just like a phallic shaped thing in the soup again. It's like a worm. A
It's like
sausage worm thing.
Because it looks like she's in control, but meanwhile she's not in control with that phallic thing just shoving itself down her throat.
and she's also like holding the spoon, like kind of like I wonder if like she'll pick up.
She's not even holding the spoon.
Oh yeah, the spoon's
Spoon
just kind
is
of
being held by itself. Her
I wonder
hand
if she can pick up the spoon with her tongue. Like that's the whole thing. Like I wonder.
Just like some weird obsession.
And
Yeah,
then there's
let it
this
go.
one.
So
So
now I'm thinking it is beef. It looks like salami.
yeah, like I mean, like I don't know what sparked this. And then you have Big Ben in the background. Like did you in Britain, like women eating like meat soup in Britain. Like I don't
I
understand.
like the
why Big-
random pearls on top of like on her
Right.
neck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pearls like symbolic
This is
or
where I tied it together right here. Like I just tied my pearls together. Those are the extras. She loses her pearl earring. She just rips it off that and just puts it on her ear in case she loses.
Guys, Valentine's Day is coming up. Get your girl those special extra 3 pearls for no fucking
you'll
reason.
see it
There
in the aisle totally cleaned
This
up.
one.
AI is just doing its best.
Like, what kind of meat are they putting in these soups?
I don't know. Like I really wish I knew. Like that's definitely her tongue. That's 100%
That has to be her tongue.
her tongue. Like and
She
like
put-
what's up with like the ladle size? Like that's almost like an ice cream scoop size like spoon. Like you don't even need that. Like you're absorbing soup through your tongue. Like I don't. Yeah. So
I feel like there's like a Reddit the Reddit section.
Coming into this, Ray was all happy about, I got the AIs working now. I'm like, no.
All right, so there was one more. I didn't want to spoil one of our gimmicks for later, so I wanted to check just to make sure. So this is the last one. So, which is similar to the first, but it's a little bit more gooier. And this is the Sunsid Hagen some Sid soup. So yes, and she's really enjoying herself. So if you guys type in soup,
Something with like pearls and
there was a lot of pearls in that. Like, I don't know. The pearl, so everybody in the stream, tell me, is this something that you guys fantasize about? Like I need to know. Like, are you fantasizing women eating soup with like these weird meat, like dick-shaped tongues? Like, I don't understand.
I think men are always thinking about dick-shaped things going in our mouth.
No one thinks about more than men, honestly.
I
I always say that. I get the internet in a tizzy with that one. No one loves dick more than men.
Yes. Yeah. You know what? I will.
I just like my.
I will agree with that. 100%.
Yeah, but it's a sense of pride, I feel like, for most men. So they're just like constantly talking about dick.
Yeah, like men always say that when they watch their favorite porn star, they try to not imagine the guy that's obviously fucking them, but I have reason to believe that's false. I think they are.
Oh, have you not seen VR porn? Like that's all. Like you just look down and you're like, yeah, I've just been upgraded. Like you're wearing
VR porn. Oh, VR porn. Yeah,
VR porn. Yeah.
You look down on the VR porn and you look down and you're like, yep, that's me. Like, I didn't look like this yesterday, but I look like this today. Damn it, Avery.
I just want a giant
any VR stuff.
Huh?
Have you done any VR scenes?
I have. Funny enough, none of the VR companies in America have booked me yet, but I've shot a few in Europe, so that was a fun experience.
Nice. Yeah. I heard those are always kind of weird scenes to do by like how like the cameras and shit.
It's very particular. Like it's a very particular way of filming. It's it's very different, but I find that with the guys doing it, like the male performers, if they know what they're doing and know how to lead it really well, because it's very like from their point of view focused, they have to be helping with camera stuff. If they know how to help you, angle you, know what's up with that situation, then it kind of goes by easier.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Like someone once told me that those cameras kind of like Johnny Five a little bit from like Short Circuit, if you remember that movie. Like it's just like a little like camera with like eyes and like stuff on it or whatever. And it's like, the way AI is getting, it's like hopefully you don't get this AI camera to where like it develops feelings for you while you're shooting VR porn. And then it's just kind of like, next thing I know, I looked outside and this camera was just peering in through my window. And it's just, its little like, focuses are just going up and down as it watches me shower. And it's just like, wait a minute.
Hey, the future's a little scary. AI's a little scary.
So what we're going to do, we're going to get into, of course, we've been doing the last couple of months, we've been doing our Smash or Dash segment. Of course, we had the Halloween edition, which was just absolutely decimated by Michael Myers. Everybody had an affinity for Michael Myers.
Right? Oh, was he voted like most fuckable slasher or something?
Yes.
1,000%. Yes.
Yes. Him and actually Freddy Krueger did pretty well.
Yep, Freddy's my number 2. I'm like, hey, I'm glad to see.
Always use a little back scratcher.
And then after that, we did the Christmas edition, which was dominated by Jim Carrey's version of The Grinch and Yukon Cornelius from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer did pretty well also. So this month, I was like, what can I do with this? So for some reason, we've had a chain of guests on the show that have done stuff with blood play, which is weird. And I'm like, okay, so I'm going to do something called the Bloody Face Edition, where I show photos of people completely covered in blood, and you let me know whether or not you would have sex with them while they're bleeding, and whether or not they would trip this. So we have 6 photos that we're going to show. And Onyx, we're going to have you do this as well. So this is our debut version for the month of January of Smash or Dash, the Bloody Face Edition. So let me just go ahead and get this ready and we'll get this up here. So we're going to start off with, of course, probably one of the most legendary bloody faces anybody could ever recognize. And that is the one and only Nature Boy, Ric Flair, who bleeds in almost every single match he has. So, Avery, what do you think about a bloody nature boy Ric Flair?
I mean, I'm kind of digging it. I'm digging the that like bright yellow hair, just like juxtaposing all the blood. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. I like the point. It's very like something about it. I'm like, I feel like he's like very dominant. He's commanding dominance right now. It's like giving Bloody Daddy vibes. So like, oh, and the rope, the way like he's matching the rope and just like very color coordinated.
A little
I
roll light.
smash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Nature Boy's getting a smash from Avery Jane. Onyx, what about you?
I actually just met Ric Flair at
Oh,
recently, and I was a promo model for the booth. I'm
Okay.
fucking him because you know what? That's a ladies' man right there.
He definitely is. And this is actually from a promo he did where he was doing a promo and he took his ring and he just hit himself in the head like that unprovokingly on live TV and just started bleeding
Holy shit.
everywhere. So, all right. So, Ric Flair so far is off to a good start. So, next is the one and only Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. This is not as much of a bloody, but we have seen Rick in so many different variations of covered in blood. And I will tell you now that I will smash Rick Grimes.
right, me too.
Oh, yeah.
Because I love Rick Grimes. Avery, what about you? What about Mr. Rick Grimes, Andrew Lincoln, covered with blood on his face?
Oh, instant smash. Instant.
Instant. Damn it.
Instant smash.
Onyx, what about you? You
I'm
agree as well?
smashing him. If he could protect me from zombies, fuck yeah. Like that, you need one of those in your
He's a
back
family
pocket.
man. He raises kids. He fights zombies. Like he's got it all, full package. He like wears a uniform. He like has a cowboy thing going.
Nice, nice.
Now I have to do all that? God damn it.
He sets the bar really high.
Yeah. Also, his speeches, his quotes. You know that leader Rick, and of course that new show, "We're the Ones Who Survive," which are him and Michonne that's finally airing, telling his story. Like I checked out a Walking Dead.
Oh, are they
myself
finally following up with when he disappears?
Yeah, yeah. It's called "We're the Ones That Survive," and it's him and
Oh.
Michonne. That story of them coming back together and what happened with him. I tuned out in season 9 when he left because I always looked at The Walking Dead as the story of Rick Grimes. And, you know, once he kind of left, I was just kind of like, all right, you know, it's kind of like an
Show's
end game
over.
here. And
I
then
was frustrated with that shit. I'm like,
Oh,
ooh,
what about the one and only Uma Thurman
Yes.
in Kill Bill?
instant smash.
Instant.
Instant.
I'm fucking. Hell yeah.
The Bloody Face edition is actually going to and I think what it is you see who's under the blood. That's what it is it's like you see who's under the blood. So when we do the Smash or Dash Tournament of Champions, it's going to be hard to distinguish who is going to be a clear winner for the Bloody Face round. So all right, so what about, I forgot what movie this was, but I see this
Prince of
horror
Darkness?
movie in my mind as this is playing over and over again. What
It says
about
Prince of Darkness in the corner? I don't
Prince
know.
of Dark? Okay, that's what it was. So it's Prince of Darkness. So, Avery, what about you?
I'm gonna have to pass this one. I'm not digging this bloody face aesthetic, so I'm gonna have to pass.
Onyx, what about you?
I'm not. I don't know. He
The-
was got nice eyes, but I don't know.
Teeth. Look at the teeth too.
What about
Yeah,
the
the
one and only Ash from The Evil Dead?
I'd smash. I like the fear in his eyes. I'd smash.
Now, are you doing Ash with the blood on his face before or after he gets the chainsaw hand?
I haven't actually seen this movie, so I don't know what the
Oh.
chainsaw hand is, but that sounds exciting.
Oh my God, are you a horror person?
I am. I'm a horror person. I just there's a lot of movies I haven't seen. Like
Oh
I
my-
did not partake in a lot of media growing up.
Yeah.
But yeah, as an adult, I'm kind of like revisiting all of the things that I just have missed out on over the years.
Definitely watch Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, and the third one, Army of Darkness.
Yes.
Like they're hilarious now. When you watch
Yeah.
them back, they're hilarious because of how cheesy they are. but they're definitely classics. I love those. Onyx, what about you?
I'm not good. I'm passing.
What?
You know?
Okay.
I mean, chainsaw could be tricky. Chainsaw hammer can be
That
tricky.
makes sense.
I don't know.
And then last but not least, and we always save the best for last. Of course, the Halloween edition was Tarman. So if anybody knows Return of the Living Dead and Tarman, that was the last one for the Halloween edition. So this one is Bloody Face from American Horror Story Season 2.
Ugh.
So
I mean, I feel like
Me-
I know what he looks like under the mask too. So with that in mind too, I'm like, I would let him do me with the mask on.
okay.
I feel like that's also just like my best way to save my life too. Like I would have to mommy him. I would have to mommy him and smash and like let him suckle on the tit a little bit, and I feel like it'd be fine.
What's
That
suckle
ain't-
with his teeth like
that-
that? It's kind of
Yeah, that ain't suckle. That's like flat out nibbling. I don't know what the hell he's got going on.
Yeah. He's a
He's not
teether.
doing much suckling with them teeth.
Teether for sure.
like Onyx. What about you?
I'm passing.
She's like,
That
I'm
whole mouth action, I like to kiss. So that looks like it could be problematic.
Wow.
and,
Yeah, Onyx got to go second, so she was ready, locked and loaded for everyone.
and Bloody Face, like that's the thing. I feel like Avery, would you eat Bloody Face's ass? Like that's the whole, because I mean, I would imagine he probably takes care of himself. Like he just wears that weird mask. Like that's
Right. It's just the mask that's weird, but I'm like, if he like, does a little manscaping and just like make sure like the hygiene's good, he's freshly showered, give a little baby wipe right before, we're good.
Get a little salad toss.
a little bit of the tossing of the salad. And Avery, like I saw on the rundown that Erica sent, that you actually, that's one of your best things to do in your scenes is the ass eating. Like, so have you ever caught anybody off guard with that? And like, I saw a scene where like, I think the guy was at the sink or whatever, and you just pull his pants down and you just right it. Like, have you, and we're friends with Sexual World Records. And like, I wanted to talk to him and go, is there any records for anything like this? Because I was like, I wonder if Avery could somehow do like some sort of Sexual World record with ass or something like
with
that.
ass eating.
Yes.
I've eaten the most asses.
The champion of
it's
ass.
like a buffet, like just a buffet of asses. Like you just have like just
Right, line up 100 people just
yeah.
down there.
Why do I not? I picture ass under glass. And
Does she get a belt after? Can she like rock the belt?
a monument after that.
I'll
Oh
go
my
through them
God.
like an assembly line.
And
Ah!
Oh
that
man.
that can be a part of your butt kit list.
I'm intrigued.
Oh my God.
If I could hide my face and put my ass randomly in a buffet of like 50 asses, I'd get in there.
Like,
That's not a bad time.
yeah, and that's the thing, and it's like you see it, but then you also like so. Have you ever like when you've eaten ass? Have you ever like kind of surprised someone, kind of like right off the jump? Like you sit there and like they get like a little bit of tongue or something like that, and they're just kind of like, oh, I didn't expect that. Like,
Oh no, I never surprise anyone with butt play during sex because I don't want to get like kicked in the face on accident if they're
Oh.
unsuspecting. So yeah, I more so take the the slow and steady approach, where like if I'm with the dude, I'll like, first you start off with like the BJ, and then you like slowly work your way down to the balls. And then you like kind of get like right underneath the balls by the taint, and you're kind of just like licking around, making eye contact, like,
huh? Huh?
yeah, and then you can kind of tell either they're like, huh? Or like their legs start to lift a little bit. And you're like, there you go, baby. Lift those legs back for me real quick. And that's kind of like the okay moment, Yeah. And they're like, oh, like, okay, maybe. And I'm like, okay, there we go. Like, yeah.
So did you ever have anybody like like somebody's never had it, mid ass, you'd be like, whoa, nah. Like, did anybody ever like stop midway?
Mm-mm.
Have you ever, and I can't imagine it happening in a porn situation. But have you ever personally like have someone go, "Yeah, I want you to eat my ass," and then like they pull their ass out and it's like the worst looking ass you've ever seen in your entire life, and you're just kind of like, "Yeah, bro,
Oh my god.
this ain't happening."
No, thankfully no. I feel like most guys that like get their ass eaten, they know what they like, so they know to like prepare the field beforehand. Like most people who want their ass ate take care of their asses for the most part. So thankfully,
Just in case, you know.
But that's what our new subscriber Don asked. He asked Avery, what is the appeal of asses? What makes them so appealing?
I don't know. Just booties are beautiful. Like
I love booties.
yeah, they're like soft and squished, and there's so much going on. You can like grab the booty meat, you can like shake the booty meat. You open it up, and there's like a whole beautiful like field there between the butt cheeks. Like booties are great.
Yeah, it's like a Thanksgiving or Christmas ham.
Yeah.
Like it's just,
You
like
get
what?
the butthole, and there's like the little spokes. All you're just like, look how pretty. Like
Yeah.
it's there's so much.
I'm gonna open my gift now.
Exactly. Eat the
There you have it,
booty
Don.
grocery because it's like how you sustain. You know.
There you have it, Don.
Yeah. What if you marinate the ass in piss first?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Onyx missed that part. Avery loves pee, so she's a pee.
Oh, okay, all
So
right.
that's why it's like, what if it's like a marinating in like the pee first? Like, you take that nice, hot, fresh, warm piss, and you just kind of just ladle that shit onto the ass
Or
beforehand.
stick
And it's
your
just
giant ground beef tongue in there.
yeah.
Giant ground beef tongue. Just slurp up the pee
Yeah,
with
the ground beef
giant
tongue just
ground beef tongue.
forms out of your mouth.
Jesus.
Welcome to the Happy Hour
Yes.
podcast.
Yeah.
For those of you joining us for the first time, this is the Happy Hour podcast. Make sure you vote for us Best Adult Podcast for the 2024 AVN Awards. And of course, Jeff, this happened last week. It happened again this week. I forgot to prepare my ads for this week, but it's okay. None of them are paid ads. So we're going to go right into our game segment.
Shout out to Derek.
Yeah.
Curtain Jerker Design.
So Derek, shout out. Of course, he does all of our amazing
Shout out to
guest
Jim.
graphics. I know he's doing some work for Onyx, and of course, right here on Pod Nation TV, on Roku and Fire TV, he's going to be one of our official go-tos for all of the shows that we have on Pod Nation TV. So shout out to Derek. Amazing job. If anybody needs any kind of work done, just shout out Curtain Jerker Designs. Go over and he'll take care of you. So Avery, we have a series of games that we play. So we're going to get into those now. And the first one is called Extreme Personal Question. So there's two cards. There's two questions on the card, question A and question B. You don't know which one you're going to get until you choose A or B. And then you're going to be able to select anybody else in the room to answer the other. So
Okay.
what do you think feels lucky to you? Question A or question B?
Let's go A.
Go A. All right. So it says, what are your most sexiest dance move? And yes, you must show it.
Whoa.
Oh.
Perfect.
I mean, I feel like my most sexiest dance move, like I couldn't show on YouTube.
That's fair.
The most sexiest, but I don't know. I mean, everyone loves like a good little booty twerking.
That's
You know?
Jeff Perini on
Or
Facebook.
even like the titty twerking. You can even do like like the titty clap. And you just get a nice beat with that. And you're like, hey,
That works. And right now,
Yeah.
somebody in the live stream is exploding in their pants.
Yeah.
Besides me.
So now for question B, who would you like to choose? Any one of the three of us, myself, Jeff, or Onyx for question B?
Let's go Onyx.
All right,
Yeah.
Onyx. So
All
if
right.
you could go back in time and warn yourself about an event, which event would you select?
Probably how
Tonight?
I got into porn.
Uh,
But then I'd also be like, you're gonna have a really cool life. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. So now what we're going to do, our next game is Never Have I Ever, which is 3 random cards drawn out of the deck. If you've done it, take a drink. If you want to give an explanation, you can. If not, we will not hate you for it. So
Okay.
the first one is Never have I ever taken a shower with at least 2 people. Never have I ever taken a shower with at least 2 people.
So if I haven't done it, I drink.
No, if you haven't done it, you don't drink. If you have done it, you drink.
Okay.
Oh, if you have done it, you drink?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, well shit. Hold on. I'll get my drink, but I drank.
Okay. So that one doesn't really need much of an explanation. I mean, it's very simple. You end up in a shower with 2 people, whether or not there's alcohol, drugs, whatever involved. You just end up. One of the stories that pops out for me is there was me and my friends were a wild bunch, and we used to love just randomly when one of our buddies were showering to just completely take our clothes off and be like, "We're jumping in the shower with Bobby."
wow.
That's how comfortable we were with each other. And like we would just sit there and Bobby would be showering and he would hear the door open and he'd be like, "Hello?" And then the next thing you know, he has 2 or 3 naked men in the shower with him. And then one of the friends just starts screaming and he's like, "Get the fuck out of here," or whatever, as we're kind of rubbing him down and all. Yeah, yeah. So
Right now he's sitting in the corner in filth and refusing to ever shower again.
yes. So the next one is Never have I ever eaten a whole gallon of ice cream at once.
Yeah.
My fat ass
A
has
whole gallon? I've done like a pint, but never a gallon.
I've eaten an entire gallon of ice cream.
Gallon's a lot of ice cream. I've done it though, but that's a lot.
I know I've definitely done it when I was drunk. I know I've definitely came home from the bar and just eviscerated a thing of ice cream. Like that's yeah.
And
So,
then
all right.
realizing it's expired.
Ah,
I haven't. I'm pretty like weird about it. So I guess I've eaten a lot of other things.
So here's the last one. Never have I ever woken up with puke on my face. Never have I ever woken up with puke on my face. So that
You
one
get white girl wasted?
What's up?
When you get white girl wasted?
Yes. Yes. There have been I think I've woken up with other people's puke on my face.
Yeah,
Like
I was
that.
gonna say I've done it both.
Yeah.
I got woken up to someone puking on my face.
Oh. Was it on purpose? Or was it that there was just a lot of stuff going on and they couldn't hold it back?
She got white girl wasted, and I was like, yeah, I was the caretaker friend of the
Oh,
evening. So it was one of
It was
those.
Onyx, wasn't it?
Might have been. Might have been.
You be getting like that, girl.
No. Yeah, God, I haven't done that since when I worked at Hooters before, like that was like when I was like 18.
Right.
Wow.
When you have to learn about what is your liquors.
Yes.
oh wow.
Yes.
I
In my
haven't done that
defense,
since yesterday.
In her defense, this was like 10 years ago. It was around the 19-year-old mark.
Yeah.
Party.
See, I didn't throw up a lot when I would drink. If I threw up while drinking, that means I drank a lot.
Yes.
A
Ah.
lot.
Yeah.
And like normally I could hold my alcohol pretty good, but Jeff can contest to this. And this is one of the rare times I'm actually shaved. But like normally I'm almost equivalent to Jeff. And when you wake up with vomit on your face,
Oh,
and
dude.
Oh,
stuck in your beard,
Up in
and
there.
I'm sure it's the smell lingers.
especially if you like get
Yeah.
up and you like go to like Dunkin' and get like a coffee and then go do a few other things and you didn't go right in the bathroom and you're just out in public and there's just this cake, like this rice cake of vomit
it's like-
trapped on your face.
It's like egg yolk on a plate. Like when the egg yolk gets hard, that's what it's like. Yeah, you can't get that out. You're scrubbing. You're losing hair because that shit is not coming out.
And of course, when we were talking about the world record for ass eating, we brought up a championship belt. So now we're going to get into our game Incoherent, which of course incorporates a championship belt because every June on our anniversary, we bring back 30 former guests to play this game. Onyx has been a part of both HHPod Rumbles. She's seen this game before. And of course, make sure you tune in June. I'm trying to remember. I just booked the date. I'm trying to remember the date, but it will be a Roku and Fire TV exclusive. We will be bringing back 30 former guests. We will be playing Incoherent, and the winner will get a custom, authentic championship belt sent to them from us. Of course, shout out to Johnny Goodluck and Jupiter Jetson, who won in 2022 and 2023. If anybody's over at AVN, make sure you go over see Jupiter Jetson. She will have the championship belt with her. So, shout out to her. She will be taking that. She will be taking that with her. So what we're going to do is, Avery, I'm going to show a series of cards on the screen, and they're going to be in drunken lingo.
Okay.
And what I need you to do is I need you to try to sound these out and try to figure out what the card says. Now, the cards do have a couple of hints. So I'm going to bring them up. So,
I'm going to drink a little bit more just to.
So what do you think this card says? And if you need a hint, let me know.
Okay, I'll take a hint.
One of the hints is passion puke.
Passion puke?
Yes.
How ironic.
Puke. Puke is just a hot topic.
Projectile vomiting?
Projectile vomiting.
Wow, very
correct.
nice.
Yeah.
There we go.
And the second hint was pretty much
yeah,
normal
yeah.
puking, except with double the air time. So projectile vomiting. So what
Wow.
do you think this one says?
That's easy.
40-year-old version.
It is 40-year-old virgin. That is correct. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Now, what do you think this one says?
Starts with ass.
The ass.
Yep, you are correct. It does start with ass.
Let's see. Ass.
Oh,
Let me know if you need a hint.
Okay, give me a hint.
You have to have a periodic appetite. There is another hint if you need that.
You have to have a periodic appetite.
Yes.
after somebody guesses this, I got questions because I know it and I'm shocked.
Okay, give me one more hint.
Spring, summer, fall, ass eating, and winter.
Springs.
She's got it. Say it.
Eating season?
What's up?
Is it ass eating season?
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
I didn't know.
Season. There
I
you
didn't know it had a season. Is there a season?
What is the season? When
Yeah.
is the season?
Right,
Nice.
I'm writing it down. When is the
Now-
season?
Now, Avery, imagine now if you want, feel free if you want to come back for the HHPod Rumble. The way that works is we're going to have each guest up. We're going to mute everybody else because last year everybody kept on talking and giving away answers. So everybody else gets muted except for the person going. We draw everybody randomly 1 through 30, kind of like the Royal Rumble in WWE. And the first round, you have 30 seconds to answer the card with one hint. Second round, third round, you have 15 seconds. Would you be willing to take part in the HHPod Rumble if you're available when we do it in June? Because you did pretty good.
Oh yeah, I'm super competitive, so I'll come in. I'm coming kick ass. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's
reach
gonna be
out to
ass
him.
kicking season.
Which
We'll reach out
follows
to
ass
Erica when the
eating
time
season.
gets close. And honestly, you win. I will send you a custom championship belt from the same guy that I show people all the time. This is a legit belt. This is a belt that I won. The guy who made this will make a custom crafted championship belt that will say the 2024 HHPod Rumble Champion. We give it to you. You can do whatever you want with it.
Fuck
So
yeah, I want that shit.
Whatever. Right?
so, all right. So let's see. So, of course, we end this segment, which this segment is called Oh, the Humanity, with cards against humanity. Have you ever played Cards Against Humanity?
Yes.
Okay, so you know what to expect. Of course, we can't have a deck of cards in front of you. So what we're going to do is kind of like the first round. We're going to do this roulette style. So I'm going to read off the face card, and then you're going to choose a number to answer that roulette style, and then you get rebuttals. So you get 2 rebuttals if you don't like it. So the first one has 2 answers. So actually, Avery, you're going to go first, and then we'll have Onyx choose a number for the second answer. So the first one is, in M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, Bruce Willis discovers that blank had really been blank all along. So Avery, 1 through 8, what do you think is a lucky number to answer that first blank?
6.
6. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
All right. So Onyx, what about you?
4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So in M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, Bruce Willis discovers that the world's largest baby, weighing over 700 pounds, had really been a fat, bald man from the internet all along. So, are you 2 ladies satisfied with those answers, or do one of or both of you want to use a rebuttal and choose another card?
I kind of like it.
I'm pretty satisfied.
You're both gonna stay? All right, cool. So the extra cards will now go into the next episode. So here's another one. So Avery, this one will just be you. So this one is, my gym teacher got fired for adding blank to the obstacle course. So
Ass eating. I'm sorry.
what do you think? 1 through 6.
Go 2.
2. All right. So my gym teacher got fired for adding funky fresh rhymes to the obstacle course. I don't know why you would be fired for that, but hey, it may work, it may not work. What do you think, Avery? Do you want to hold on the card, or do you want to rebuttal and choose another card?
No, let's rebuttal. Let's do 5.
5. All right. So my gym teacher got fired for adding anal beads to the obstacle course.
Oh,
There it is.
I was right on the money.
So are you holding with anal beads, or do you want to use your second rebuttal?
Yeah, no, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Onyx, you called it right on the money indeed. Talk about your timing. That was fucking perfect.
We didn't get ass eating, but at least we got anal beads.
We got close.
It
They had
still has
something
to
that
deal
way.
with the ass.
And Avery, I always check in. How are you on time? Do you still have a little bit to hang out? All right, cool. So what we do on this show too, I don't know how much you research. We don't always just do question and answers. You see, we do a lot of gimmicks on this show. So one of the things we do is we do news articles as well. So this one is, a man discovers that he had chopsticks stuck in his brain after complaining about a 5-month-long headache. So let's see.
What?
It says, a man who suffered a headache for 5 months discovered he had chopsticks stuck in his brain after a visit to the hospital. An unnamed 35-year-old Vietnamese man at the Cuba Friendship Hospital in Dong Hoi, Vietnam, had been suffering from an intense headache for the last 5 months, as well as fluid loss and fluid discharge. Doctors conducted multiple CT scans, which showed that he was suffering from a potentially life-threatening neurological condition. Tension. I have no idea what that word is. My wife works in radiology, so she knows what that word is. But and which happens due to a lack of an increase of intracranial pressure. Further examination showed a pair of chopsticks had gone up his nose and into his brain. So it says, while the source of the chopsticks initially puzzled doctors, the unnamed man later recalled that he had been in a drunken fight 5 months earlier when he first noticed the symptom.
5 months.
He added that he doesn't remember much of the fight, as he did at one point he got stabbed in the face with something. Turns out it was chopsticks, which had penetrated his nose and landed in his brain. So how in a fight, How in the fuck do you get stabbed in the nose with chopsticks? Like, it didn't even say one chop; it said chopsticks, like two,
Well,
like plural.
You know, those are
So does someone just
long, too.
just right up the nose as you're like fighting? Like, I don't.
I feel like this motherfucker was in denial because there's no way you go 5 months experiencing these symptoms after a fight and be like, I'm fine. This motherfucker knew he had chopsticks in there. It took him 5 months of anxiety to build up the balls to like go to a hospital and be like, there's chopsticks in me. Because 5 months?
The insurance wouldn't cover it if he said that. So he had to be.
I wonder if this whole time, if he was trying to like kind of have them come out a little bit, so he could try to use the chopsticks in his nose, like he could literally go down, chopstick the food up,
Or
and put it
snort
in
it
his
out.
mouth, kind of like an elephant trunk. It's like moving the chopsticks like this. Like, imagine walking. You meet a man at the bar, and you guys get Chinese food, and you go home, and you're getting ready to, and you're like, man, I'm gonna eat this man's ass tonight. Let him piss on me. And then, you're eating, and he just goes, and chopsticks just kind of emerge like walrus tusks out of his nose, and he just starts eating his food. Like, are you appreciating that skill and it's still happening, or are you just kind of like, I'm getting the fuck out of here, like I need to leave?
Imagine how romantic it would be if it was like a Lady in the Tramp moment where he like with his nose sticks and then like feeds it to you and then you like kiss, like it's very romance.
You are such a romantic. That's adorable.
He just sits there and he's like, here's the real trick, and then he does something else, and then one comes out of his penis as well.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Like,
Or he's like going down on you, and the chopsticks are just there, like flicking.
Oh.
There it is, right there.
Oh my god!
I'd be like, what else comes out of there?
Right? No, I got pain right in the head of my penis after that.
oh my god! Like, I don't know what it is with this beer, but this is the second week in a row this fucker overflowed on me. So, Omission, I don't know what it is with your gluten reduced beer, but it fucking keeps spilling on my floor, and I am not happy about it.
It's usually during exciting moments on the show. So you talk about ejaculation on it every time.
The beer's like, wait a minute, hold on. Right? The beer is like, hold my beer. I have this.
Cue.
You ever do that thing where you like hit the top of someone's
beer tap?
Like, make it overflow? I used to be that asshole. I used to do that to people all the time.
I used to be the master of beer taps. I got one of my friends so bad that I hit her beer. It went up, exploded in her face. She dropped her beer. It shattered on the floor. And then the bartender yelled at her for it. And I was like, yes, I win. I am the win. And the whole time, she's one of my lifelong best friends. She's just like, you motherfucker. Like, ah.
That's so good, though. That's so good.
Yeah. And I've had it to where someone beer tapped my bottle so hard that I looked down at the bottle and there was a chunk of the bottle missing.
Yes.
And I was so drunk at the time that I had this crisis of whether or not I may have drank the glass and just not realized it. And I'm just kind of like, oh, whatever, fuck it. It's going to come out eventually.
You might be like that guy with the chopsticks in your brain. You might have a piece of glass in your brain and don't even fucking know it.
Yes, beer tapping is like, man, I'm glad you brought that. I forgot who that was we had on the show. And I brought up beer tapping. Someone was like, beer tapping? What's that? I'm like, you've never seen beer tapping? Like,
beer tapping?
Yeah. Like,
beer tapping, shotgunning. That's how we grew up in this world.
Yeah, like, what is it? Icing. Icing was another thing that people used to do. And I hate it because I hated smearing off ice. So if some motherfucker... Yeah. So some motherfucker walked up to me and handed me a Smirnoff Ice, and they're like, "You're being iced." I'm just like, "I'm murdering your fucking family," like because Smirnoff Ice.
So good though. It's so fun. I'm from the South, so I'm like, I feel like drinking games is kind of like a staple in culture at some point. So when people are like, "I don't know these games," I'm like, "Grow up."
When we way back when this podcast evolved from an old TV show, we had a local TV show called Happy Hour TV. And it was kind of like the Man Show mixed with Wayne's World. and we would just get drunk and do crazy shit and record it. And
Like now.
there was one time we did something called the Easter egg shots of doom. And what we did is we went out and we got a bunch of plastic eggs and we wrote the worst alcohol you could possibly imagine. Absinthe, aftershock,
Oh,
whatever it was, Goldschlager, beer, and then we also put like Worcestershire sauce, Old Bay, Pedialyte,
so we bring this back.
just we wrote all that and we put them all in eggs, and everybody had to choose 5 eggs, and whatever they got was what they had to do consecutively.
Oh.
And I got Worcestershire sauce, aftershock, which I hated, a second aftershock, Pedialyte, and milk. And I'm telling you that I don't know what convinced me to do milk early on, but doing milk early on was a bad idea because all that stuff mixed into this weird milkshake, and then it was vomit city.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's vomit city.
Stuck in your beard and
Avery's like, I've done some stuff, and that grossed me out.
Right, you know how much ass to mouth I've done? That's intense. That's
I would go to the ass buffet 7 nights a week before I thought of that.
I will eat so many assholes, but the Worcestershire sauce. That's a lot.
I think what was second to that, have any of you guys ever done the cinnamon challenge?
Oh God, yes.
Oh
No.
my, that
No.
was awful.
Ugh.
What is
Yeah,
that?
You've never heard of the cinnamon? You take a teaspoonful of cinnamon and you try to take it like a shot.
Ugh.
Cinnamon can't go down your throat like that. So like you literally just start gagging and like, hyperventilating, and then like a lot of spewings happen. And we had a friend, if you guys have ever seen The Man Show, you remember the old guy that could open his throat and chug that beer down?
Yeah.
Yes.
He could do that. So what he did is he took a measuring cup, like an actual measuring spoon, like 1 cup, and he scooped the cinnamon and did that with the cinnamon, and it went straight down his throat. And then we're looking at him and we're seeing his eyes
Oh, I bet.
start the tear. And mind you, he's like 400 pounds, something like, he's a big boy.
Oh,
And
okay.
his face turns about as red as Onyx's hair.
Ooh.
And the next thing you know, he puffed the magic dragon,
Wow.
all this cinnamon out of his mouth. Like, I'm not sure if you've ever seen the old school photos when they would do seances and like fucking photoplasm or whatever the hell it's called would come out of people's mouths. We got a photo of him and it looked like that coming out of his mouth, of him just spewing cinnamon everywhere. It was
Rosebud.
brutal.
That's
And
terrible.
that's why I sit here and do a podcast talking about fucked up things, because I came from fucked up friendships.
Shout out.
Avery's like, now that I am internally damaged, like Avery just, I feel like she's still mentally recuperating from the Easter egg shots of doom. Like, I can't even get into half the shit.
The cinnamon killed me. I don't particularly enjoy cinnamon that much at all, like in general. And then you were like, yeah, like teaspoon, and I was like, ew. But then you're
It
like,
is-
a cup of it, and I'm like, death.
It's
Yeah.
brutal. It
He
really
was literally
is.
like, guys, you're bitches, watch this. And we're like, oh, that's not gonna end.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was literally like watching like a kettle, and like, you know how a kettle gets hotter and then the steam just start, and like it was that, and it was probably one of the most terrifying yet glorious yet funniest moments of my entire life, watching that go down. So
I hope that guy's okay out there, wherever he is now.
So Avery, so you said you're from the South and you like drinking games. What are there any drinking games that are kind of like exclusive, that like let's say, like, okay, so I'm from Maryland. So let's say, is there a drinking game that you know of that I might not know out this way?
Probably not. I mean, let's see. We did like flip cup, which I feel like
Yeah.
everyone flip cups. Oh God, I'm like memory lane. I'm like, oh, drinking games. Holy shit. There was one we did that involved like a deck of cards and like
Yeah.
if you like pulled a king or something. Was it King's Cup where you like lick the king and put it on your forehead and you're like the king and like there's different rules. Each card has a rule or something.
Yeah,
There
something
was
like
a
that.
game we played called Grand Cardinal that was kind of like that. And if
Okay.
you and then like throughout the game, if you grabbed like a certain card, you kept on pouring beer into a pitcher. And then if you got the wrong card, you had to put the card on your head, and then you had to chug
For the
Oh,
picture.
higher
That
whatever
sounds
was in the pitcher if you like chose the wrong card. So
Oh, there was a 3-man, but dice. Did you ever play
Okay.
3-man? You would roll the dice, and somebody was 3-man, and that dude like always had a drink when a 3 came up, and some weird shit like that.
haven't done that one. Haven't done any like dice drinking games.
Yeah, 3-man's pretty good because there's like a 7 is person on your right drinks, and 9 is person on your left, and 3, and like if you get double 3s, it's a social and everybody drinks. It gets fucked up pretty fast.
I was always dominant at beer pong. Like I was one of those guys that
Suck it.
once you got to the
Get
beer
it.
pong table, like I would win at beer pong all night long. Like literally. And the drunker I got, the
Yeah.
better I got. Because we played with the rule that if you had your cup and you didn't cover that cup with your finger and you made that cup, you're drinking everything on the table. And I was infamous for fighting out like an eagle if you didn't have that cup covered, and I'd be like right in the cup, like right at the beginning of the game. And that's all she wrote.
That's brilliant. I'm one of those. I definitely am only good at beer pong if I'm already drunk type of girly, so I progressively get better and better as the night
Yeah.
goes. But yeah, no, I'll fuck up some beer pong.
We should have that one night, the happy hour beer pong challenge. I have a professional table in my house, but I absolutely suck at it. I am always the first guy out. Luckily, I don't know if does Lucky be the first guy out. I don't know. I'm just really bad at it. Despite having this glorious professional table, I kind of suck at it.
Professional beer pong table.
Yeah, it's a little weird. It's very big. It's got the holes already in it. So you just drop the cup right in there. To me, it's just a big table. Poor Don, who was nice enough to join and follow tonight, said he was eating. He's trying to eat while watching this show. Boy, unless you're eating ass, you're in a bad way.
Yeah, unless you're eating
But I mean, that's all good. You know, you watch the show, you have a couple of drinks, a couple of beautiful ladies here. We talk about ass eating and kissing and chopsticks coming out your dick.
Very
Like,
Yeah, the most typical things you talk about on the happy hour
right.
podcast. The most normal things in the world. So we're going to get into two more quick things, and Avery, we're going to let you go ahead and get ready to get out of here. One of which is another news article, which was and we kind of did like Jeff. I think we did an article like this a couple weeks ago, kind of similar, and it's a robot crushed a man to death after it mistook him for a box of vegetables. So it says,
Yeah, I think we did
let's
something
see,
close.
a robot crushed a man to death in South Korea after it malfunctioned and mistook him for a box of vegetables. Because, you know, a man my size and vegetables, when you look at a box of vegetables, very, very, look a lot alike. So it says the incident occurred at a distribution center for agricultural produce in Gyeongsang province on Wednesday. The Korean news agency was the first to report. And it says primarily used for lifting boxes of bell peppers and moving them onto pallets. The robot was one of two used at the facility. So this one went rogue. This one was like, you know what? I'm tired of lifting these bell peppers.
Fuck
Get a couple
this.
of boxes of corn. Like, I'm tired. I don't want to look at any more fucking bell peppers. Like, it says that news outlets said that machines like this are commonplace in South Korea's agricultural hubs. The incident took place while a company worker in his 40s was at the center inspecting the robot's arm. Oh, shit. So this thing didn't like what it was doing to its arm. Because they reported that the machine appeared to have confused him for a box of vegetables, consequently lifting him and pushing his body against the conveyor belt. The robot crushed his face and chest, according to the police report. The victim, whose name has not been released, was hospitalized and succumbed to his injuries, according to the news agency.
Wow.
Jesus H. Christ. Like, I don't think we're going to learn the lesson with robots because these like robots are completely going off the rails.
They're
Like
gonna
I'm
kill us all.
like
Like that's it. Hello, Will Smith, iRobot. Like they're
oh yeah,
coming for us. They're gonna kill us.
yeah, that painted a very tragic picture of
But-
what the future is going to be. Like I think what was it, George Carlin? If anybody's familiar with George Carlin, they just released an AI comedy special of George Carlin,
Oh shit.
and his estate, his
Whoa.
daughter was like, "Nah, fuck y'all. This ain't happening. You didn't get our permission." And while it sounds like George Carlin, it's the whole thing of it's not. Like it didn't have his
Yeah.
Yeah.
of how he used to deliver and all that. And like I heard there was someone that released Taylor Swift a whole song about like Travis Kelsey or whatever and all that stuff. And it's not, and apparently her people went after them too. And it's just kind of like this is what the world's going to be, and that's sort of getting a little bit into porn.
Yeah, it's gonna
Oh
be
yeah.
pure chaos. There's no way to regulate it because I mean it's so new. There's no laws, there's no regulation around it. So pretty soon no one's gonna be able to tell the difference. I apparently I have like catfish accounts of me using AI to like talk to people in my voice. Yeah, and at that point I'm like, listen, like there's nothing I can do
Wow.
about all that. Like
Oh, so I was AI. That's really not my penis you saw either.
That
so
is
many
not a
guys,
ground beef penis.
There's so many guys on social media that are trying to like even like they hit me up and they try to combat that OnlyFans girls are going to be out of business because AI is taking over and their rates are cheaper and all this other stuff.
Rates are cheaper.
You guys are not going to tell me that a person that is not even real, that you can't even reproduce with, is going to be better than actual women.
Right. I want Onyx Muse to tell me my penis is too small in
Yeah.
person. Like I want to
In person.
feel that.
For $5.99.
Right, $5.99 a minute. You keep telling me how nasty it looks.
Avery, have you done any of that? Have you done any penis humiliation?
a little bit, a tiny bit. I think like the most memorable
A tiny
one-
bit.
A
Yeah,
tiny bit.
a tiny bit. I think like my main experience with it was one time I was like live streaming with a girl that like webcams a lot and does a lot of what is it, SPH?
Yep.
And
And
her penis was small?
no, she was doing it
Talking.
to like the people watching the webcam, and it was just so interesting because it was like me, her, and a guy, and we're like having a threesome, and she's also a pastor. And so
Whoa.
yeah, it was the most interesting
Whoa.
dynamics.
Right?
Yeah, it was the most interesting dynamics of like we're like sucking dick together on webcam, and like every now and then she'll like kind of like pop her head up to read the comments, and she'll be like, "Thank you, Henry. Like I'll be praying for you, Henry." And then we'll like go back to sucking dick, and then she'll pop up and she'll be like, "Yeah, John, your dick is just so fucking small, John. Your dick would never be able to satisfy us like this dick, John. Okay, Henry, you're in my prayers." And then we like go back to sucking dick, and I was just like, we are so multifaceted. Like this is just wow. Like this is everything.
What?
And
It
yeah,
just kept-
that was my intro to small penis humiliation. Was like I was just
wow.
like, oh yeah, John, what she said, John. Like it's so small.
What the preacher said, John.
Never, yeah, you could never, John. Like we're praying for your tiny cock, John. It was so fun.
And of course, the live stream has been rolling along. I've been going. I haven't went back to it in a while. Don Jones, Don's shout out. He said, I love you guys' show. He said, here I am trying to eat. I think he said that when we were talking about the Easter egg shots of Doom, and then we were talking about cinnamon challenge. He said, try doing that with peppermint. And he says, try to have Avery back again. It's been a real pleasure seeing her. And of course, it's an open invite for any guest that ever comes onto our show to always come back. Onyx, of course, is back as a guest host tonight. That's how we filter in a lot of our former guests, down the road. And so what we're going to do, we're going to get into, now that we're on the subject of dick humiliation, we're going to get into the 800 terms for the penis, which is a list that we've been going through for the last couple of months, and we are currently on the letter H. So we're going to read these off, and then we're going to see if we've heard any of these names,
Let me get my book ready.
the penis. So we are in H. So
H.
the first one for tonight is hot dog. Has anybody ever heard anybody consider their dick a hot dog?
Not like personally, I haven't had anyone be like, "This is my hot dog," but I've heard people use it just like in a generalized hot dog. It's
Right.
bad. Oh, you like eating that hot dog? Like, yeah,
I want to put my hot dog in between your buns. Like just something.
exactly.
Right.
All right. So there's hot dog, and then there's hot rod. Hot rod. I have myself a hot rod,
Hot rod.
I can see that.
like the car. And
Yeah.
then there's hot sausage. So
Wow.
my
That's-
hot sausage.
Hot sausage.
I think even I've used that one.
And then this Humphrey. Humphrey. So Humphrey is the next one. Have any of you guys heard the term Humphrey?
Never.
For the dick.
Now, was that HUMPHREY or is it
Yes.
Humphrey?
Yes.
That's really weird.
Humphrey.
Not for the
Nice.
dick. I dated a string
Expert.
of guys that had like a chest hump that I would refer to as Humphrey, but never their dick.
Okay. That works. And then after that is Hyme. 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 That's
Never.
kind of a weird one.
Yeah.
And then
It's
Iceberg.
actually, I think Jaime is Jewish for dick. I'm almost positive.
Okay.
I think
that
so.
makes a little bit of sense. And then after that, we get into the eyes, which is iceberg. Has anybody ever asked for you to crash your Titanic into their iceberg? That like right before you get into bed, they're like, "We want you to yell iceberg right ahead." Like,
Never heard that one.
Yeah, we never got into the Titanic foreplay.
Yeah. Yet.
they're just like,
Yeah.
let me just draw you naked, and then
Yeah, we basically stop there. We stop at dating one
Right.
of your French girls, and we like don't go on to like iceberg destruction.
We just want the
Fuck.
hand in the car just to go down. That's all we imagine.
Men do better.
and then next is Indiana Bones. Indiana Bones, which is kind of clever.
My
ripping off-
buddy, that was his name. That was one of my buddy's porn names before he
Nice.
changed it. Yeah, Dan Ferrari used to be Indiana Bones.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
sweet. Let's shout out Dan Ferrari. He's been on the show in the past. So yeah,
Love
shout out Dan
Dan.
Ferrari.
Love
He was a
Indiana
part
Bones.
of the HHPod Rumble also. So shout out Dan Ferrari. We got to get him back.
Oh,
Now that I know that, I'm gonna ask him about that the next time I see him because I did not know that.
Oh yeah.
And then after that is Jack in the Box. So I guess popping up. You know, like it just pops up and startles you. You know, just Jack in the Box just pops out like, like it's like.
I may have had some like sexting lead into that.
Yeah, that's intriguing.
Like you have like a box on them and you like crank the little thing. And it's like dun 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 dun, and then it just pops up out of it.
Or is it more like the dun 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 dun? I mean,
And then after that is Jack's Magic Beanstalk. Jack's Magic
Ooh,
Beanstalk.
no.
and two beans.
Would you like to climb my magic beanstalk from a man named
Oh, why hasn't anybody told me that?
Fucking more
And-
Jack, so they can
Take
use
it
that.
back.
The 10th and final
Do better.
one this week is Jackhammer. The Jackhammer.
I usually hear that in terms of like moves, not the hardware
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you my jackhammer and it's gonna jackhammer you down.
Things looks more like an Allen wrench.
So Avery, where can what all do you have coming up? And where can everybody find you?
Well, I am all over social media, Twitter, Instagram, obviously all the fan sites like OnlyFans and ManyVids, Pornhub, X videos, like all the goodies. I'm kind of just sprinkled all over the place.
Like that.
Yeah, I totally forgot the other half of that question. I'm so sorry.
Where can everybody find you?
Okay, I did that one. What was
And
the
what all
first-
do you have coming up?
not much. Not much. I'll be frank. I've low key just kind of been like chilling out lately. More so just kind of like focusing on myself. Probably just gonna be more so like doing OnlyFans full time, focusing on just like getting my own shit together for a while. I got a few like little things popping up here and there, but I can't discuss them yet until I get the go ahead for them. I have one really cool, exciting thing that I'm literally just waiting for them to give me the okay with. But
I'll be damned. They just did. They messaged us and said,
They actually just messaged me.
tell
Right.
Avery to go right ahead.
I won't say like any names or anything, but just eventually I should be having like a toy hit the market soon.
Oh, is it a Funko Pop?
Is that a Funko Pop?
Will you be at AVN this year?
I would not. I'm taking a big step back this year. I feel like, last year I just had a lot going on, and this year I'm taking it easy. I'm not doing any expos, no conventions, no award shows, no anything. I'm kind of just supporting my friends in the industry from afar and like just kind of, I'm legit just taking a step back to like be a real person for a bit and kind of just like focus on myself, solo content, just like getting back to me. So that's what I'm working on this year.
Love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And I mean, that's the thing. Like when I wrestled all the time, there were times where I had to kind of pull back, and I was like, "All right, we're wrestling tonight, we're drinking every night, we're going to the strip club every night. I need to just
You gotta take breaks.
Yeah.
Exactly. You have to. Burnout is real. And it's like, I don't want to end up hating and resenting everything. And so I think it's important to kind of like take a step back when you need to and like not get lost in the flurry of, the awards and the nominations and like just all of it. I'm like, no, it's like winter time right now. I know it's the start of the year and everyone wants to like lunge full forward, but I'm like, for me, it's still winter. It's still like time to kind of retreat to self and like work on what I'm moving forward with. And
little hibernation mode, if you will.
yeah, I'm in like big time hibernation mode, but it feels restorative. It feels good. That way I can come back not in burnout and just kind of, have fun with it again.
Makes sense. And Avery, what we're gonna do, we're gonna let you go ahead and get ready to get out of here. We're gonna hang out for a little bit longer. We're gonna hang out with Onyx for a little bit before we go. I'm gonna let her plug up her new show that she has coming up. And Avery, thank you for coming on to the show. We appreciate it. Before you go, would you be able to do a plug for us?
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Thank you
Real
guys
quick,
for
let me plug
having
the show.
me.
So everybody watching live will be able to see this. So if you mess up, you're messing up live. So all we need you to do is just say, "Hey, this is Avery Jane, and you're watching the Happy Hour podcast." Whenever you're ready, let her rip.
Okay. Thanks. You gave me an easy one. Hi, you guys. This is Avery Jane, and you're watching the Happy Hour podcast.
Avery, thank you so much for coming on to a random what the fuck train wreck of a podcast. I hope you had a good time. I don't prepare notes. We just get on and talk. That's the way it is.
Thank you for having me. This was joy.
Anytime. If you want to come back for the Rumble, let me know. I'll be in touch. I like to send all of our guests merch item for coming on to the show as a thank you. I'm super backed up with that, but I will get something out to you somewhere down the line. I'll send you a link. Hey, anything you want out of the merch store, we have shirts, hoodies, blankets, pint glasses, whatever.
Oh yeah. No rush on your schedule, but like send me that shit. All right.
All right, Avery, we appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and let you get out of here. Anytime you ever want to come on, let us know. We'll be more than willing to have you.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you, Onyx and Jeff. Thank y'all.
All right. See ya. All right. Bye. All right. So Onyx, of course, you got here a little bit late. You were working with some of your content for your new show that you have coming up. So what exactly, of course, Derek, shout out again, Curtain Jerker Designs. He's working on some stuff for you.
I know. We brainstormed and I didn't even realize I was just throwing things at him, but yeah, we like found some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
But hold on,
baby. Mommy's doing promos.
One second. Oh, here, mommy.
And of course, shout out again, Kurt Merker Designs if you need anything done. And of course, make sure you go over and vote for us favorite adult podcast over for the AVNs. Jeff is going to show his wipe away board again. Happy Hour Podcast, AVN Best Adult Podcast. Onyx may very well be joining that list of nominees next year herself.
I hope so. I have a lot of work to do, and I have so much that I'm doing. Actually, I'm putting my own panel together for AVN. I have an amazing studio where I can actually do interviews in lingerie and
Wow.
have my guests in lingerie. I have a panel of female performers, male performers, and dominatrix.
Oh.
Whoa.
And I might also, I'm kind of considering doing a separate interview with my DOMs to get some perspective because I am a DOM. I specialize in financial domination, but I work with amazing different DOMs of different, styles. So this year has been really I've just been talking to a lot of people, and I'm not just bringing on performers, that will be a main thing. I want to bring on strippers. I want to bring on any, cam girls. But I also have other people, if it's music, fighters, athletes, anybody, and I want to ask them, the uncomfortable questions. I want to find out what's their sins, what's their naughty adventures, what is their adventures in Vegas and just kind of do something a little different where they haven't really been asked these questions on other podcasts.
And any guests that we've ever had that are outside of adult, let me know.
I
Their contact.
No, I don't think so yet. And it's just growing. As I'm working on, my recent podcast that I've done, I have other people coming in and they're being really supportive and they want to come on, and they have big followings and stuff. And so I'm just like, wow, I can't even believe it. I'm like, you have no idea what I have in store. But
yeah, so that means next year we're also going to have to compete with Onyx next year.
Right.
I mean, a very healthy competition.
But no, see,
Onyx next year the name will change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I said before you and Avery came through, I talked a little bit about the AVN thing, and I pretty much said, and shout out, I know they shared it before we went on the Porn Stash podcast, a lot of smaller market podcasts like mine.
Right.
And I was like, look, don't go into the AVN nomination thinking I'm going to win this.
Right.
It's a tool to use as a promotional Tory thing. You can put it on your flyers. You can put it when you reach out to your guests or whatever. But to sit there and think with there's like 20 shows with all those big high grade shows with these huge followings. For me to sit there and think that I'm going to beat those shows is foolish on my part. Could it happen? You don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, it's pretty amazing to be nominated, actually.
Yeah. Being nominated, it's almost like winning the award itself because you're being nominated.
Right.
One of the better things. But I think with all the podcasts they have in that, AVN should kind of break that up as bigger market, smaller market. Then that way you have the bigger market shows kind of battling it out. You have the smaller market shows battling. Right. As time goes on, if those smaller markets become bigger market shows, then they go to that category.
I think, because podcasting is really turning into a whole other industry in itself. And I just recently did the Fresh and Fit podcast. Randomly, they came to Vegas and they were partners with Access Vegas, they have like a similar show stat than them. And I got recognized 4 times in the strip club during like December. And it's really crazy. You know, the whole red pill thing is very big. So I'm representing the adult industry because I'm the wild card. I'm everything that they are speaking against. And I'm also like letting them know, like, you're delusional to think that, you know, people who are in this industry or women who are over 30, you know, single moms don't deserve love and that their life is fucking over. Excuse me. I'm a single mom. My life has only elevated as far as like my fan base, you know.
And I fucking love you. So there's love.
Yeah, exactly. Like love is love. We're getting love here, but
I ain't trying to lie about it. I want you to be my my future ex-girlfriend.
I know. My ex-boyfriends, woo, yeah, they really got something out of me. But it was so, and you know what's so crazy? Like even people who recognize me in porn, you know, that's a whole weird excitement. But people recognizing me for podcasting and like speaking my opinion, these people were like, they almost wanted to cry. And they were just like, I gotta ask you like all these questions and stuff. And it's like, it's really interesting that you know, I think so many people now are turning to podcasts because it's just it's like a realness that they're not going to get from the news. They're not going to get from social media. And it's really fun and exciting to like
you can speak your
people.
mind, have fun. Like, and I mean that's the thing, like me and like I always learned that with pro wrestling is that with a fan base, you want to make those fans feel as much a part of the show as they possibly.
Yes, thank
You're
you.
in the match or you're doing a promo and you hear a fan say you suck. I could have someone in a headlock and be like, your fucking mother sucks. Because at that point you're sucking them in.
That was me.
Feel like they're a part of what's going on. And that's why I try to keep track. That's why I do this live. Because I like to interact with the live feed. I like to see people are going to say, and when people say so, that's why I say buy the tier 3. You can come on, hang out with us, hang out with our guests. I'll make you feel part of the show. As I said, you know, it's $24. You get a free item out of our merchandise thing. You that pretty much I lose money with that. Like, do it. You know, you get a free merch item. You get to come on, hang out with us and a guest. Probably about for 15, 20 minutes. If we like you, you can hang out the whole fucking time. Like, that's just the whole. So, you know, subscribe to that on YouTube. Onyx, do you have a name?
Support your local podcasters.
Thank you. I fucking love you. It's the third time I've been on with Onyx. I'm telling you, get the top tier. Come on with Onyx. She's fucking amazing.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I was promoting, I like to have fun with the AVN thing. And I was like, please support your starving, freezing podcast. Like, that's the thing in Baltimore is you go to every fucking gas station and there's someone starving and freezing asking you for fucking money. Okay, I'm from Baltimore. Let's go. I'm starving.
That's us, you know. Just support my podcast.
Please, can you give me money? I don't have I ran into somebody, like, it's the kind of thing now where they're like, oh, we have Venmo or Zelle. And I'm like, no. And then I ran into someone, I was like, I don't have any cash. That's my go-to. I don't have any cash. And he's like, well, I eat. And I'm just sitting there looking like, well, motherfucker, you ain't eating tonight because I'm barely eating.
You know what? It is tough for everybody. Like right now, we're back in stripper season for strippers in Vegas. But I'll tell you, December, it's tough. It's always tough. So, but everybody has it hard.
And Onyx, do you have a name for your show yet?
Yeah, it's Sin City with Onyx Muse, of course, because I'm from Sin City and I want to talk about all your naughty sins, you know, if it's things that you've done, if it's things that you haven't done. I want to find out like what's your go-to categories when you search porn because you know, men, you guys all have it, and it's not just men, there's women too, but I want to get into talking about sex. I want to do sex advice. I also want to do strip club advice for both girls that are dancers,
Oh, that's
both
good.
customers.
That's good because people
I've done
need
a
that.
lot of live. I've done this several times. I've done this there is like a few actors that I went out with and they went to, my strip club and
Names.
there
Names.
is so many men who have no fucking clue how the strip club works. Then they have a bad
No
taste in
strip
their
club
mouth
etiquette.
because they don't know how. And it's like you're not rejecting the women, but like they're always so concerned about how to not like tell a girl that like to go away, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's very easy, but you also got to learn the rules of the game.
I need that rule.
Yeah.
I need that rule.
I feel like this is good, conversations to have. So you're not the guy on the wall wondering why strippers are not going to.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And also, it may be dark, but we see you. We
yeah.
see you.
Yeah.
We know
you
the
know your
layout of
crowd.
that building
You know your
better than
crowd.
you.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be a wallflower on the. We're just not going to you because
Wow.
You're an idiot.
you're not in position.
Yes.
Wow. There's
Sit your
position.
fucking ass down, okay?
Sit down, shut up, and enjoy.
Shut up. Put a little stack of money right in front of you. We'll come to you.
I'm writing all this down.
If I knew how much money over my wrestling career I spent in the strip club, yeah, I would probably have a lot of money left over right now. So, anyways,
well, if I ever hit the lottery, Onyx would own my soul. I ain't trying to lie, man. I'm not. There'd be money. I would get like 3 tables, lay out all, and no dollars. This is Onyx. We're fucking laying out hundreds. You kidding me?
Yeah.
He root for me to win the lottery, damn it.
Be appropriate. Have manners, okay?
Of course.
If you win the lottery, it needs to be hundreds, cocaine, hundreds, cocaine, hundreds, cocaine. And then after you push the hundreds in, you do the cocaine, and then you push the hundreds, then you do cocaine, and then and then like after that, you're like Tony Khan whacked out of your mind.
And at the very end, there's got to be pizza because
I know, right?
Gotta eat, girl, right?
We gotta have snacks.
Right? Thank you. Onyx, I swear to God, I love you more every episode.
Yeah. We need to get ready to wrap up. We've been running almost kind of close to time. So Onyx, thank you as always. You are always welcome. Yes, happy New Year. You are always welcome on the show. Anytime you want to hang out, let us know. Even if you kind of want to be a third wheel whenever you're available, let us know. Always a pleasure having you. We will be back here again on YouTube Live next Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Dahlia is Dopey will be our featured guest, and then we will be back Wednesday the 23rd also with Natasha Nogan. She's a very rare non-porn guest. She's a fashion designer, and she has a bunch of stuff entering into the New York Fashion Week. So she'll be joining us then, and then the following. So we have 3 episodes, bam, 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 coming up. The following Saturday is supposed to be Brianna Coppage, who is the teacher who was doing OnlyFans and then got discovered there. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not sure if that's going to happen because we haven't heard much from her. So, if I start to get signs of a potential, bailout early, then normally I try to reschedule a guest or, since we have 2 episodes that week, we may not air that night and I'll just take the night off. But as always, this is the Happy Hour podcast. Make sure wherever it is, if it's on this side or that side, click the subscribe button right here on YouTube. And of course, also find Pod Nation TV on your Roku and Fire TV. That has all of our content there, plus a handful of other shows that, you can watch and, enjoy and all that good stuff. Jeff, man, what's coming up on the Yo Show?
The Yo Show Tuesday night, we have the band Ignescent, an awesome band. Definitely come check it out. And as you know, coming soon in February, we're doing the Key Concert Series live at the Fuge. Actually, I'm sorry. Yeah, February 17th at the Fuge. We're doing live monthly concert series of local bands and headlining bands right here in Pennsylvania. It's going to be great. Ray, always great. Onyx, Like I could do this every night of the week with you because you're fantastic. Love it. Thank you as always. Happy Hour Pod. And
Thank you guys.
one more time. God damn it.
Vote
for-
DHH.
for
Vote.
Yes.
for Avian Best Adult Network Podcast.
Yes. Yes. Best adult podcast. Make sure you cash in your vote. And
Porn.
Onyx will be there next year, which we will be voting for Onyx ourselves, along with voting for ourselves. I always feel weird voting for myself for some reason. Like I'm
I know.
like it's
No,
weird.
no shame, bro. No shame.
Anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and conclude here on YouTube Live. Everybody, thank you for joining us for the Happy Hour podcast. We will see you guys next time right here on YouTube Live, Roku, and Fire.